Yo, listen up, it's time for a tale about a podcast that'll leave you frail. Hard way wrestling coming at you raw, bringing the heat, breaking every law. They drop the truth, no holds barred, talking smack, getting you hyped up hard, calling out the fakes, exposing the lies. Hard way wrestling taken by surprise. Hard way wrestling coming to your city. Nothing but realness, nothing but grit. Going down a gauntlet, making them mark. Hard way wrestling, straight from the heart.
Welcome to Hardway Wrestling. It is the end of the weekend, and boys, Royal Rumble was on the docket for this weekend, and they killed it. Did you guys all get to see the Rumble? Yeet!
Yep.
Yeah, you guys, did you enjoy it? Cheapo, did you enjoy the Rumble?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good.
Absolutely.
Good. Welcome to Hardway Wrestling. We're not usually here on a Monday. We usually do Tuesday show, but it is a couple days after the Rumble. We wanted to get on here and just discuss the Rumble. So if you're just coming across us right now on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, go make sure you follow, likes, drop kick that bell. Hit all the notification buttons you can for us. We appreciate it. Thank you for joining us. Boys, again, pretty decent Royal Rumble. Wasn't the best Royal Rumble ever.
Yeah.
I don't think. But there were some okay things that went into it here. Scotty, overall impressions of the Rumble.
I don't know if we're going to give our official ratings later, but I gave it about a C+. There were some good moments and there were some interesting things that happened, but like it didn't, the Royal Rumble matches didn't capture my attention the way I thought they were going to. And
Oh boy.
we'll get into why. But
All right, Scotty. Well, we'll talk about it here. Go ahead and back out and adjust you're breaking up there, buddy.
yeah,
Ricky, your overall impressions of
Give it about 7 pizza cutters out of 10.
okay, I mean that's a lot of pizza cutters, bro. You must be hungry.
I am. I mean, I think they could have did without the tag team title match.
Yeah.
They could just put that on SmackDown and then maybe put Rhea up against somebody or have Tiffany Stratton defend her title.
Well, they typically don't have the champions defend, I don't think, but they did for Cody. So I mean, why not? Right? I
You
mean,
got to have something in there
I don't think
because
we've
everybody
said,
that's not a world champion's obviously going to be in the Rumble.
why didn't they do? I mean, they could have done the War Raiders. Would you rather seen the War Raiders? Would you rather seen the IC
don't know that
title?
I don't know that we needed any of the titles that weren't a world title.
Yeah,
Because right there, you're going to make somebody possibly do double duty
yeah.
and be in the Rumble match. So,
I mean, it's happened.
yeah, that's true.
I mean, didn't we have Becky Lynch? Wasn't Becky who lost the title and then showed up, or was that Rhea? Somebody lost the title and then showed up in the Rumble. One of the women's or the men's.
I think you're right. It might have been Becky.
Yeah, I feel like she took someone's spot, or somebody got hurt and they took her spot, or something like that. She was the last.
She took our
Whatever.
truth spot.
I mean, nobody, and I mean nobody takes our true spot. There, Scotty's back. What were your overall impressions, T-Bone, of the Rumble?
If we had to rate it like a 1 through 10, it was probably like a 7.
Seven
7.5.
pizza cutters? Oh, okay.
Yeah, 7 pizza
All right.
cutters. Sure. We'll go with 7 pizza cutter theory.
You guys give it a lot better rating than I would.
7 out of 10's a C.
Is
Yeah.
it?
70%.
yeah, that's about 70%. That's what I gave it, a C+.
Okay.
You know.
All right. Well, I mean, I would have went a lot lower. I mean, this did not. Nothing jumped off the page here to me. That really, nothing got me super excited. I don't remember. It was a long day we had on Saturday. So by the time we got to the Rumble, or I got to the Rumble, I was a little spent. So, but
And how many daddy sodas were you into by the time?
zero.
Like, certain
Zero. We didn't drink. Nope.
We drank
didn't drink.
orange soda.
Yeah, orange zero sugar free. That was pretty good stuff. I don't know that I've ever had zero sugar. Well, I've had zero sugar for sure. But the Sunkist, I don't know if I've ever had. That was really good. I give that 7.
Fair enough.
Anyway, today we got a sponsor for today's show, boys. T-Bone, do you like a good studio wrestling show?
Well, yes, I do.
What
I
is
love
your
the-
favorite part of a studio What was a studio wrestling show that you used to watch when you were growing up? And I know
I
that was
used to watch the
long
old NWA with the flags hanging from the
Okay.
rafters or whatever. I
okay.
used to, yeah, the old NWA studio wrestling they had back in the day. I used to watch that.
Oh,
Big
very
fan
cool.
of that style. I'm excited for what you're about to.
Well, anyway, we have a sponsor for today's show, USW Wrestling. That's right. USW Wrestling premieres February 8th, 10 a.m. in the morning. Justice studio show. I don't know. The only bad part about that USW show being at 10 o'clock in the morning is I like my cartoons. I mean, it's gonna interrupt the Smurfs. It's gonna interrupt the Smurfs, so I'm gonna be on the edge. I'm deciding on what I'm gonna watch, but it will be on YouTube. You can watch it anytime. But it is premieres February 8th. Show number one. For USW Wrestling.
But 10 a.m. is a late breakfast, and you know what's good for breakfast? Bacon.
Bacon. That's right. And listen, he will. Double A will be on the show. Actually, Double A and Jonathan Cross are pretty much a focal point of USW Wrestling. So if we decide, Double A and I decide to go do our only or other something else, USW might not be premiering anymore. So, but anyway, that's our sponsor for today, USW Wrestling. Check that out, February 8th. We'll be pushing that here for the next week or so to get you guys to watch that. But anyway, let's get into the Rumble. Let's get into the tag team match. We'll do the men's and the women's last. We'll do the first two matches first. Take it away, Ricky.
Oh shit! Hold on.
Oh, you weren't ready?
You said
You were ready?
Beauty match. God
You were gonna
damn
get
you.
you get whatever match you got up. Or do the men's and women's last.
Okay, so we had the 2 out of 3 falls WWE tag title match between Motor City.
Yeah, you said it, buddy. Murder Shitty Machine Guns. There you go. You said it.
Yeah, and DIY. This match I think could have not been on the card. DIY wins it 2 out of 3 falls. The first fall they took with a fake tag between Ciampa
Gargano
and
and Ciampa.
Gargano.
That was-
Yeah, I was about
There
to
was
say
a lot of
HBK, Triple H.
botches. This was not an AEW production. I swear to God. But there was a ton of botch, like just a ton of botches all night long.
Well, the fake tag led to a running knee from Ciampa to get the first fall. The second fall won by the Motor City Machine Guns. They hit the skull and crossbones on. Did they hit that on Gargano?
I think it was
I
Gargano.
believe.
Yeah.
And then
He takes all the pins. Johnny takes all the pins.
yeah, and then by the time the third fall came around, it looked like Motor City Machine Guns were setting up for the win, and then the Street Profits came out with hoods up and crutches and beat the absolute dog shit
That
out of
crutch,
everybody.
that crutch shot, that first one was pretty pretty stiff. And the second one that he turned I think he forgot that the handle wasn't on it anymore.
That was
It
when
looked
he
like
hit
he tried to
Gargano on the outside.
impale. He tried to
Yeah.
impale him, and then he cracked him over his back with the rest of it.
So DIY retains. We thought the yes boys, were going to
Disappointed.
end up in it, and all we got was the return of the Street Profits. Again, this match I felt like could have been on SmackDown.
Yeah, it definitely could have. I just don't. I mean, I guess we'll find out what's going on with the Street Profits. I think DIY cost them their title, or cost them the titles versus Motor Shitty. So
Yeah, probably about a month or so ago.
yeah,
And then they convinced Aldis to let them fill in.
they have been teetering. They, as in Street Profits, pronouns, pal. They have been teetering on heel face for a very long time. You know, they were with Bobby. They were with Bobby. They were really starting. I think they were really starting to make some headway with Bobby, and then he decided that he was going to
All
leave.
Friends Wrestling.
Yeah, he tried to go with his buddies. So I think they were kind of in limbo. So I like a heel Street Profits. I think Dawkins is a better heel than I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Ford is the better wrestler, more athletic.
Absolutely. Ricky,
He would be the one that if they ever split up would get the push.
Yes, yeah, for sure. Scotty, would you like to see a push out of either one of these guys, just a singles run?
I mean, yeah, I think they both have some good points to them as far as the singles run. But which one of them was in the Hell in the Cell a couple years ago? Was that Dawkins?
Was it Dawkins? I don't remember.
Whichever one it
Might have
was.
been. I do think it was Angelo Dawkins.
Yeah.
No,
sure
it was Ford.
Was it Ford?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Was
sure it was
Montez
Ford.
Ford?
Dawkins was hurt.
Okay, that's right. So it was
One of them was hurt.
Yeah.
Elimination Chamber, you mean?
Yeah. One of them was in the chamber, and I can't remember which one it was.
Either way.
But whoever it was showed really good potential in that chamber match. I mean, even to the point of literally climbing up, like on the chain link above the ring. Like, I mean, literally over top the ring and diving.
Was that a dive or a frog splash?
I think it was a frog splash, but I mean, it was still the most impressive thing I think.
Montez Ford has probably one of the best frog splashes in wrestling. I mean, he put some height to him. So
yeah.
So yeah, I think Montez Ford would definitely be a good prospect as a singles run. So I could see them pushing him in the mid card, IC or US. I don't think he'll ever get to the world title, but definitely he's got a mid card run in him. So
never say never.
Never say never.
That's also true.
Which we're going to find out later that as much as we've been crapping on his wrestling, he's going to be a prominent spot here. So
yeah,
strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah, that's right. Ciampa and Gargano retain the titles.
Next, we've got the unified, undisputed WWE Championship ladder match between Kevin Owens and Homelander Rhodes. This match, Kevin Owens, my God, that man is probably sore as hell.
They beat the absolute piss out of each other. And it reminded me, I think that a lot of these matches with Kevin Owens is this way. He just does not care. I know he takes care of his guy, but when him and Sammy go, it is a beatdown. Like, it is a total beatdown, and then they call each other on the phone and talk about it later or ride in a car. But Kevin Owens beat the absolute piss out of Cody Rhodes, and vice versa. I mean, there was a ton of spots.
There was a suplex spot on a laid down ladder on the top where the ladder comes to. That was all.
Yeah,
like the one where Cody caught it on his shoulder.
No, KO took that.
KO took that
lower back and ribs.
Oh yeah, there was one where Cody took a
Cody
suplex.
took one. Yeah.
It wasn't flat on his back. He took it right on his right shoulder or whatever, which he already has a scar. He has a dusty scar on his shoulder that was busted open by the end of the match. So.
And speaking of busted open, KO had the crimson mask on.
Real blood. It certainly didn't look like it. It was very red.
It wasn't a lot. I mean, I could see like back in the day, if I would have been like Triple H, his whole face would have been red running that spot. I mean, he would have.
It wasn't. What's her name? What's the name? Guevara's wife. Where it looked like she just dipped her face in paint.
Oh yeah, Ty Conti.
Yeah, Ty Conti. It wasn't like that, but it was. I don't know if it was real or not. But the Alabama Slam at the end of the match was pretty real.
Yeah. Folded Kevin Owens up. I mean, he was folded up like that for a good part of what seemed like ever.
Yeah, like minutes.
He was down. Aldis is out there. All the officials are out there. The doctors. Sami Zayn's out there. And at one point, I thought Sami might get involved when Cody got in the ring and started climbing that ladder to win the match.
I was waiting for that moment actually, because I mean that we talked about it and I forget where else I heard it. Somebody else had mentioned that, I don't know if it was here or somewhere else, that was Kevin put a little grain of doubt in Sammy's head, like the one promo he cut on him, about you watch my back, I'll watch your back kind of thing, and so I was expecting Sammy to kind of get involved, push a ladder over, stop Cody from winning, and it never happened. And I was like, I kind of sat back scratching my head. I'm like, wow, like this, like they're not going to put a grain of doubt in our heads that Cody might not win this. So
I almost feel like they're setting up for another KO versus Sammy thing.
I don't think so.
But
they almost kind of left you feeling that way. I know we've seen it a million times, but not to say they don't ever go back to doing the same thing again.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I just feel like KO is going to be pissed at Sammy for not helping him.
See, I think that, and you can tell me if I'm wrong or not, which maybe I am. I really think that Sammy right now is teetering on good and evil, friend, or is he really my friend? Right? I think that's where he teeters right now. Now, KO is always going to be his friend, whether they hate each other or the next week they love each other. But I just think that everybody in the company, there's been Drew has put this thing in everyone's head about Cody, and Kevin Owens has put this thing in everyone's head about Cody. And at the end of this match, after Cody, climbed to the, almost, couldn't figure out whether he was going to take the belts off singly or he was going to pull the whole
take the whole coat hanger.
The whole thing at the end where Cody left and then he came back to
and stood on the
celebrate
table right behind a bloody KO.
Lots of great photo shots, of camera shots of different things during the night where a guy was in the front and then whoever was in the back, you could just see the outline image of him coming from behind, or that was the thing. KO is bloodied, head ass over tea kettle, laying in a ladder, his butt sticking straight up in the worst prison position ever. And Cody is standing on the table behind him, holding these two belts up. At one point, after Cody hits him with that Alabama Slam, or no, maybe at the end of the match. No, after he beats the shit out of him and hits that Alabama Slam, he turns around and he looks at the crowd and he looks like an old school LJN Andre the Giant with double fists, screaming at the crowd. And you're right there. I was like, we got him. We got Homelander. We finally got home. If he had lasers come out of his eyes and decapitate the first 300 people in that row, I would not have been surprised. So,
by God, Kevin Owens been broken in half.
He's dead. It was that was pretty gnarly in the way that he ended up perfectly flipped upside down
with his head in between the rungs.
Again, face down. ass up. So,
Are we going to even entertain Nikita to call it off?
oh, you know what? Let's do that. Well, let's do it in between here. We'll go ahead. Hey, him. Go ahead and put your joke in the chat. Nikita Koloff is in the chat. Go ahead and put your joke after we get through the rest of this Cody Rhodes talk. We'll break up. We'll say it. It better be good. God darn it. Anyway, Scotty, overall impressions of Cody. Cody turning heel.
I actually like this was to me the match of the night. This was they beat the daylights out of each other, and the thing that also got me is that while they did some dangerous spots, there wasn't like a plethora of them. It wasn't like
Dr.
one
Pepper,
after
not
the
beer.
it wasn't a one after the other. Like they picked and chose where to utilize those heavy duty, hard hitting spots that made an impression. And unlike a traditional ladder match where what we've come to consider a traditional ladder match, I should say, where it's just one spot after another spot after another spot, there was I also love the use of the Hornswoggle ladder as they put it on commentary.
Yeah.
That was my favorite. The SWAT. Actually, I think that's it. They didn't say it on the commentary.
Yeah.
Until I think I said it,
Yeah.
one or the other.
Yep.
But I was like, oh my God, they got the Swoggle ladder.
Yeah.
That was the greatest part of it.
He has one standing up against his wall in the basement.
Well, everything looks like a Swoggle ladder to Frosty.
That's true.
But
I was actually
I
surprised they didn't have a bunch of tables in the
yeah,
match as well.
and to me, I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad they didn't try to go TLC on this whole thing and chairs.
There was the point where Kevin set up the Swoggle ladder and climbed to the top of it and threatened, threatened to jump off of it.
Yeah.
Which is pretty funny spot. So
that was good. I love that one too. But yeah, like just the fact that they now again. Still in my mind, a little too many ladders. Like, you got to if you're going to use it, utilize maybe 3 at most, 1 to climb and the other 2 as weapons and stuff like that. But overall, good match, insane finish. The friggin' Alabama slam to the ladder, which is a move I've never I've seen that as an offensive move. I mean, Hardcore Holly used that one all the time, but never have I seen anybody do that one through put somebody through a ladder that way. So that definitely was a first for me. So yeah, great match. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was pretty good finish.
T-Bone, what'd you think?
I actually missed the beginning of this match. I caught the end. I loved the ending and how it ended. I thought it was a great ending, but I missed half the match because I was running my live stream with the Get. Sorry about that.
No, yeah, no.
I thought you were going to say you were rolling a blunt.
That came afterwards.
Now keep in mind. Now remember, they had already fought one other time, and Cody, good guy Cody, used the belt.
Used the chair.
Yeah, used. Was it the belt or the chair?
Well, he gave him the crossroads on the
Crossroads.
chair.
Okay,
Crossroads on the chair. Yeah.
Yeah. Heel move. Alabama
Yeah.
slam. I mean, it is a ladder match, but all the antics afterward, all the taunting and coming back after he had already beaten him and coming back and climbing up on top of the table and basically, rubbing it in Kevin's face. And I like the fact that Sammy never made eye contact with Cody. He looked over his shoulder once, but for the most part, he stayed focused on KO. And yeah, it's I love it. I love where it's going. It's going to cost Cody at Mania. 100%.
This pay-per-view left a lot of questions for everybody with the storylines, as we'll get into as we discuss the Royal Rumble matches.
We're definitely going. Yeah, let's get into that.
I guess the key to call it off fell asleep.
I guess he did. Yeah. I guess he decided that the cat must have grabbed the keyboard and took off with it. So, let's get into the women's Royal Rumble. Any last words here before we get into the women's Royal Rumble?
No.
All right. Let me see. We got anything in chat? Nothing on the talks. Pasta Mania. Oh yeah, okay. Well, we'll get into some of the stuff. John Cena not winning and that kind of stuff. What's up? Welcome in, by the way. Let me pull it back up here. Okay. Women's Royal Rumble started out with the first two women, Liv Morgan, Io Sky. A little bit of history here between those two. Love Io, love Liv.
Love them both.
Live, love, live. Live, love, laugh. Is there a laugh? Is there a character named Laugh? I don't know. Anyway,
Live love her a long time.
I mean, almost impossible to win from these two spots. Liv, Io at 1, Liv at 2. Roxanne Perez at 3.
Who set a new women's record for time lasted. In
How long was she in?
Hour and 3, I believe.
Is that what it was? Yeah, she was in a very long time. They had big plans for Roxy, I believe. She
impressed
really
me in this. Yeah.
Yeah, she's really good. And she's been around for a long time. I keep calling her Roxy, but it's Roxanne Perez in WWE. But then we get a number 5, Chelsea Green, which
you skipped over the number 4.
did I skip over 4? Oh, I'm sorry, Lyra.
Yeah, Lyra lost her gear almost immediately.
Thank God she had something on underneath that we saw a little bit of Lyra that we probably would have got blown out.
Frosty's in the house.
I could live for all of 3 seconds. Yes, he could. And that's including the zipper up and the zipper down. Number 6, B-Fab. Number 7, Ivy Nile.
It was a little choppy at this point of the match. Like, it was not good. And I think we saw about 8 or 9 kip-ups between the women at this point. And we hadn't even gotten 10 in the ring yet.
There was a lot of this kind of stuff. Where, a ton of skin to cats, a ton of kip-ups. I mean, kip-ups are one thing, but, I mean, I don't know if we need 37 skin to cats, which we saw 4 at one. Well, we saw
buffers.
2.5 during the men's rumble, and the other guys are like, "Fuck it, I'll just roll into the ropes." It's a lot harder than you think. B-Fab and B-Fab at 6, Ivy Nile at 7, Zoe Starks at number 8, who went for her springboard and slipped, about killed herself, but she turned it into a.
She recovered it though.
Yeah, she recovered it.
She didn't do the old side out.
Lash Legend at 9, Bianca Belair at 10. Brian, I'm sure Brian was going absolutely crazy for that. Shayna Baszler at 11. Bailey at 12, which was one of my picks in our Rumble fantasy or a Rumble thing that we had at Rob's house. I was super excited about Bailey and her cheeks. So
I'm always excited about Bailey.
13, Sonya Deville. Now we have Pure Fusion Collection in the ring at one time, which really worked out for them because they eliminated a bunch of people. So
and then they all got eliminated at the same damn time.
Then they all right, which we didn't see that coming. By the number oh wait a minute, yeah. So Maxine Dupree came in at 14. Y'all tell me. Now we're not a sexist show or whatever, but you tell me, did Maxine get new boobs? I think she did. Wasn't she like flatter?
She got a little more pop on her reverse caterpillar.
Yeah, there was a little bit more spring in her pillar, I think. So, Maxine Dupree in at 14, who eliminated Shayna, Sonya, and Zoe all at one time. So, love to see that. At 15, Naomi. 16, Jada Parker from NXT. Number 17, Piper Niven. Natalia at 18, which please, ladies and WWE, I know you're listening, right? Just like Joey's listening. I need you to stop putting her in these rumbles. I know that she's got like a record that she's been in every women's Royal Rumble and she's
the Kane.
Please get her out. Please stop because
she's the Kane.
I can't watch Natty anymore. I just can't do it. I'm sorry, can't watch Natty anymore. Number 19, Jordan Grace, which. Shocker. Remember, she had her mother's 50th birthday and she was not coming to the Rumble. not. I'll see you
Yeah.
there. She's no way she's missing the Rumble. And she was amazing in this Rumble. At one point, she picked Piper Niven up, and I could have swore she was going to try to squat her, but she picked Piper Niven up on her. Piper.
She gave her
Peter
Death
Piper.
Valley Driver.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
that was
pretty
impressive.
awesome.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. But
Very
that's
impressive.
that's a lot of momentum and gravity that helped out with that. So, Michin at 20, Alexa Bliss, which biggest pop of the night, I would imagine.
Call
for,
T-Bone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
biggest pop of the night for.
I was gonna. I when I heard her music and saw her come out, I was like, "Well, T-Bone called that one."
Yeah,
I loved her Fiend gear that she had on.
yeah, Fiend.
Yeah,
Forever.
it said Fiend
Now,
forever.
the Wild Six.
We don't know what's going on with the Wyatt Six. Supposedly, haven't gotten all the information yet, but it looks like there's somebody in the Wyatt Six who's having contract issues. So,
Oh,
yeah, that's why they've been off TV.
See, now, very quickly, I heard that the reason they were off TV was because Alexa Bliss was the one having the contract issues, and she was going to be a part of the Wyatt Six next.
Not having they didn't need they were already around before her. Dave Meltzer was lying, and he's incorrect. I know that's
Yeah.
where that came from. Dave Meltzer. He was also said that she was not going to be in the Rumble.
Yep.
Dave Meltzer, you're an idiot. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, go back to watching Kenny and the Young
yeah,
Bucks.
but he gave her 4.5 stars on her entrance. Number 22,
Ah!
Zelina Vega. 23, Candice LeRae. Stephanie Valkyra. 24, Trish Stratus. That we did not
Yep.
need in the Rumble. It made 0 sense. It did nothing for the Rumble. Thanks for that. Raquel Rodriguez, number 26. Charlotte Flair at 27. Jillian at 28. Nia
Julia.
Jax. Jillian at 28. Nia Jax at 29. And the worst entrant of the whole Women's Rumble,
Mhm.
Nikki Bella at 30. Now, your last 5 should be like makes sense, right? You
Top
should,
of the card.
yes, not have
Yeah.
somebody come
Yeah.
in and just be Nikki Bella. Unless they're gonna make another run with Nikki Bella towards this title. Is she chasing 17? Is she chasing, or is she just chasing John? What is she doing right now?
Who knows what
we
she's
did not
doing.
need. We did not need Nikki Bella in this.
Or Trish.
We needed AJ Lee. Like that
Yeah.
would
No.
have been.
We'll get into
No.
that here in a second. So Charlotte Flair wins the Rumble. No surprise to everybody that Charlotte Flair was going to win this Rumble. Ricky, what did you think about the diaper she was wearing?
It looked terrible. Her gear was awful. I didn't
God,
know
it
what
was-
the hell it was.
She's very small at the bottom.
It looked like she was trying to wear underwear over a thong.
It looked like she had a diaper. I swear to God, it looked like she had the pens on.
It was flabby on the end.
maybe she had some padding on.
There was no padding because you could see through the bottom. You could just see through it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not the greatest. Again,
Didn't pay no
was
attention. I
terrible.
just saw you on. I didn't pay attention.
yeah,
to
your
her.
eyes up here. I got you.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I got you. I could not stop making fun
Yeah.
of her gear. Charlotte's been around a while now. She's a Flair. Got to do better. Her robe, awesome, right? Her robe is awesome. Supposedly she had trouble getting it off. She said thank God she knew how to wrestle because she couldn't remember how to get her robe off. But she was geared not the greatest. But Charlotte Flair wins the Rumble. Boys, we weren't surprised, correct, about this?
Not at all.
Okay.
No.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I-
so-
Out of women that they could have used over Trish and Nikki Bella, I would have rather have seen Becky Lynch come back and start
Yeah.
a feud with somebody, anybody. Maybe AJ Lee. Again, I don't like wasting spots on legends. You've got big enough roster. Use somebody.
yeah.
Masha Slamovich. Bring her over. That would've been another
Yeah,
good-
yeah. I mean, I would have took that. I would have took AJ over.
Give me
over-
R-Truth. Give me R-Truth.
No, that's kind of big done. That's kind of big done.
PCO. Bring PCO down. He
Yeah.
could have been the number 30 in the women's.
I would have took
Dan-
that too.
Santina. Santina in a dress, Santino or Santina in a dress. That would have been.
I still think Tessa Blanchard would have set the world on fire.
Oh God,
Yes.
yeah, no.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
okay.
I
Tony
agree.
Lowe, Cora Jade would have been a good one too.
Mhm.
Any other of those women from NXT
Yeah.
would have been pretty. The Rock's. Why wasn't the Rock's daughter in there? I mean, or great. Yeah, why would that would have been an okay one too.
Saul Ruka.
Yeah, I mean,
Another
any of
one.
those NXT girls, they got a lot of girls.
Women's American
I
champ.
agree.
Yeah, they got
Any
a lot
of
of
those.
girls coming up.
Okay, I don't know what she's doing, but she is former.
That makes two of us.
Yeah, no, she is former TNA, and if they brought her back and used her right to help get some of these girls over, what would you guys have thought of Awesome Kong?
No, I don't think so. I think
That wouldn't have been awesome.
I think she had a
She's
nervous
not
breakdown. I don't
faking
even think she's in wrestling anymore.
No.
Mm.
It would have been cool if she'd have been in shape. This would have been probably 10 years ago. Yeah. That'd been
Yeah,
great.
that wouldn't have been awesome.
Not at all. I mean, they could have brought honestly anybody that was not on the AEW roster anymore would have got a pretty good pop, or maybe they wouldn't even know who they were. Who knows? Right. So what if the bunny showed up? The bunny showed
Oh,
up at number
God.
30. I mean, honestly,
I think Britt Baker could have got a huge pop. If
oh
she
my
would
God,
have-
Britt Baker would have been huge.
She would have been 30.
She's still under contract.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he's holding a lot of those people under contract and not using any of them. Like,
Hey, welcome into the chat, JJ Williams. Hey guys, what's going on? Tony says Gail Kim. I mean, maybe. I mean, we see Nikki Bella.
that was
Yeah,
one
sure.
of my
Gail Kim.
picks. That was one of my picks
That
for
was one of
like
your
legends that they brought in.
Yeah.
Gail Kim.
You've got too big of a roster now that the Legends being any part of these matches is unnecessary.
Yeah,
I agree.
that's
Just-
always been the big thing with the Rumble. Like it was always somebody big coming back. Somebody not just coming back, we're just showing up. Like Molly Holly showing up. That was a cool spot, right? I mean, we know we're not going to run a program with Molly Holly. We know she's not winning anything. But all right, cool spot, right? Medusa. You said Medusa the other
Yeah.
day. Medusa Michelli. I think that would have been an awesome one too. A Lunge of Blaze, whatever. But I would have took, even if Mae Young got out of her casket, I would have took that. I mean, I always like the Rumble for that kind of
Always,
stuff.
yes.
the one thing I would have loved to have seen this year is if they did it for both men and women's. Hurricane Helms comes back as a hurricane, and Molly Holly comes back as what was it?
Mighty
Super
Molly.
Mighty
What is it?
Molly.
Yeah,
Mighty Molly. Yeah, that would have been funny if they had kind of done that in each of the Rumbles. So.
How gross would it have been if Ryback was one of those numbers, one of those guys? I mean,
God.
I'm just saying.
What's up with that?
Not that you need that kind of pop because they got numbers. Like they got the numbers. They don't got to worry about popping numbers and looking for views because they got the views. They had 70,342 people attending this event, the biggest gate for a single night event in WWE history.
Yeah.
That this is the Rumble. That is what that is WrestleMania numbers.
Yeah.
So, and that's one night. Wait till they go to 2 nights. Right, which they're gonna do eventually here. So, anyway, Nia Jax 4 eliminations, Charlotte 4 eliminations. So, wasn't crazy there. Elimination wise, nobody really stood out. Chelsea Green 2 eliminations. Maxie Dupree had 3 eliminations all at one time. Oh no, I'm lying. Nia Jax 8 eliminations.
Yeah, I was about to say
Right,
she
no,
dumped truck
lying.
like
9 eliminations.
And-
Just kept going up.
And
Sorry.
doesn't she now hold the record for eliminating the most people out of all the Rumbles she's been in?
She only needed to eliminate 1, and that was Nikki Bella, and that was enough.
Yeah, so from then on,
I mean,
She's
really,
now
she could
the
have eliminated all of
like,
them. That would have won me $50 or whatever the pot was.
Rob said if Vince McMahon was announced for the Women's Royal Rumble.
that I was thinking Stephanie.
Oh God!
But she kicked off the night, so that'd have been tough for her to. I mean, it
But
wouldn't.
when
I mean, she could have threw her gear on.
when I saw her come out to kick off the night, that's what went through my head. She's
What
going
is
to
she-
end up in the Women's Rumble.
She could have been a heel move and been like, "Welcome to Royal Rumble, and I'm number one." Ha.
Or I'm number
I had-
30. you know what
I had
mean?
high hopes for John Moxley in the men's Rumble.
They mentioned him on the
John
kickoff
Moxley.
show. They mentioned him on the kickoff show, and I got my head like, I was like, man, I was like, they're going to end up having him in there. I thought that for a second there. They got me. They got me.
I don't know which strand you got, but it ain't good.
Yeah,
You
it-
need to-
You're smoking some lace turtle.
They did mention him on
Sure.
the pre-show. They mentioned John Moxley by John Moxley.
They
Or
named him.
not-
John, they called him John Moxley.
We call him Dean Ambrose. Sorry.
Okay, well that
Call him
makes
Dean
yeah.
And I was like, man, I'm intrigued. I was like, I wonder if he's going to end up in the Rumble.
They
Like,
did mention Ricochet when Logan Paul
Yeah.
entered.
Yeah, they mentioned Ricochet too. Not Trevor though.
Nope.
All right, let's move on to the men's Royal Rumble. Starting out first, Ray and Penta. This really got we were making a lot of foreign jokes at this party because this is not a Trump sanctioned event for sure. It's terrible. Ray Mysterio number 1, Penta number 2. Ray was it me, Ricky, or did Ray not seem happy about being in there number 1?
Ray did not seem happy about being in there, and I don't
No.
the first part of that match was terrible.
Yes, it was a very spotterific.
They just overused the whole that with Penta. It seemed like he was introducing himself to everybody.
37 times he must have did
Yeah.
that. 37 times. Randy said Trish looks good though. I don't think so. I'm in the minority. I know. I don't think Trish looked that great. She didn't need to be in the Rumble because who knows why they would put Trish. in the Rumble
Randy
now.
was stratified.
Yeah, he definitely was. You can look, but you can't touch. I bet he was singing that too. All right, so Ray and Penta, number 1, number 2, number 3, Chad Gable, number 4, Carmella Hayes, number 5, Santos Escobar,
See,
and then finally, we got a real wrestler in there, Otis. Otis at number 6. Thank goodness. So, Braun Breaker came out at 7. Akira Tozawa tried to come out.
Yeah.
Tried to come out, and then Carmelo Hayes decided he was going to take care of that. It was Carmelo, right? When did Carmelo?
yeah, it was Carmelo after
Yeah,
he got
Carmelo.
eliminated.
Yeah, he cut that off quick.
So standing in the back was I Show Speed, one of Jake Paul's boys, internet influencer I Show Speed. He's wearing Yeezys, by the way. I heard a bunch of people, old people online, call them Crocs. I was like, not Crocs. Crocs are about $30. Yeezys are about 400. There's quite the difference. So Triple H said, Speed, get out there. And of course he didn't want to get out there. Of course, he acted like he didn't want to get out there, but as soon as he got through the curtain, he was excited. Right? You can see it.
He had he assisted in the elimination.
What did I have? I don't
He helped somebody eliminate. I can't remember who it was.
They
and
got
then-
him credited for no eliminations because wait a minute. Otis. Braun Breaker and I Show Speed helped get rid of Otis.
And then
And
Braun
then-
Breaker sent I Show Speed into the freaking 20th
Netherworld?
row.
Yes.
Yeah.
I Show Speed was celebrating. He did his backflip, pretty cool backflip. And then as Braun Breaker's setting up for liftoff, hitting the ropes, I Show Speed he turns the wrong way. That was the problem. He turned the wrong way, and Well, Braun introduced him to what we like to call the mat, and absolutely did just cut this boy in half, and then threw him over onto Otis, which Otis was still pissed off, and Otis decided he was going to yeet him over top of the commentary desk. Did you guys see IShow Speed's leg? The video of his leg? He was missing. Now IShow Speed is black, but where his leg, the piece on his leg was not anymore. They completely took all the derma, all the skin off of IShow Speed's leg. Pretty gross.
Oh,
It was like pink.
Very pink.
Yeah.
We were down to the guts.
Looked
So
like raw hamburger meat.
he did not look well. And they asked him in an interview, how was your elimination? How was being thrown over by Braun? How did it feel? The spear from
Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker, and who was the other one? Was it Roman?
RKO by Orton.
And he said, "You just asking me what hurts,
It's
or what's worse,
like
hurt or hurt?"
hurt.
so-
Yep. I saw that clip and I laughed.
Yeah.
Like I was, like you said it a second ago. He was excited to get down there until he got speared out of his boots. Like that was.
He kept the
That
Yeezys
was-
on though.
Yeah.
That would be
That
better if
honestly-
they flew off.
I don't know what looked worse. That spear on ISO or the spear on Sheamus at Saturday Night's Main Event. Like both look like
definitely
they.
Speeds. Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
He also hit Roman with a good one in the Rumble as well.
Roman
Well,
is a
them launching
selling
them.
machine. Anytime Roman gets hit with a super kick that's another thing. Do we need everybody in the Rumble that does a spear? I don't know.
Spears, super kicks, kip ups,
Oh God.
Cerro
so we had-
Nietos, or whatever the hell he does.
Sacramento. No fear. Number 9, Sheamus. Number 10, Jimmy Uso. No one cared. Here's someone else. 2 years in a row, no one gave a shit about. Andrade. It won't be long that he's punching somebody in the face and trying to get out of WWE. I can see it now. Now that him and Charlotte are on the outs. Number 12, Jacob Fatu, who was amazing in this.
Yeah.
Number 13, Ricky's boy, Ludwig Kaiser. Number
He lasted
14,
all of 6 seconds.
Number 14, another guy who I could care less if he's in the Rumble or not, The Miz. Did not care about The Miz. Number 15, Joe Hendry.
Yes.
Again,
We believe.
I don't care about Joe Hendry. I don't know why. It just doesn't do anything for me.
He's over.
He's definitely
Dude,
over.
like, did you hear the crowd pop?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it's-
Oh yeah. All those idiots. Yeah, I heard them all.
Austin,
One-
Austin
pretty soon-
probably did
pretty-
the McMahon and fell out of his chair.
Yeah.
pretty soon, Jonathan Cross will be managing Joe Hendry.
I mean, I would. I ain't gonna lie. He's gonna have to be a better heel. So number 16, back-to-back Joes. Joe Hendry at 15, Roman Reigns at 16. Back-to-back
And
Joes.
that
Which, by the
point, we
way,
thought it was over.
Joe eliminated Joe. You tell me what Joe got eliminated.
Ah,
So, number 17, Drew McIntyre, who supposedly took an early exit by accident and was pissed off. Finn Balor changed his music.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was that all about? Nobody knew who he was. Nobody knew with the music, right? Your music is synonymous to that person.
I only know who it was because of the video screen they showed on the entrance ramp. The F with the crossed out, the X's on the rest of his letters.
Just give me Demon. Just give me Demon.
I liked his original music better.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Number 19, another guy who I really don't care about, Shinsuke Nakamura. Number 20, Jay Uso. 21, the return of AJ Styles. Number 22, Braun Strowman. Number 23, John Cena. I didn't even see him come out.
Like Skull was a bald spot, and then he took his shirt off.
Ernest P. Worrell at number 23. 24, CM Punk. 25, Seth Rollins. 26, the Dominic Mysterio. Hold on, Dom. 27, Sami Zayn. 28, Damian Priest. 29, LA Knight. And number 30, Logan Paul. All for our winner. And super surprising, Jay Uso. Now, again, I picked Roman. People picked CM
So did I.
Punk. People picked CM Punk. I saw a couple Logan Pauls was going to win this bad boy.
Cena.
What did you have? Cena, definitely. Cena was on that list of being able to. But it came down to Jay and Cena was eliminated. What did you guys think about Jay? You okay with this? Because the internet community is hating this right now that Jay Uso has won this thing.
They're striking while
killing
the
him.
iron's hot. I think they could have went another route with the Rumble winner and they just had Jay Uso win the Elimination Chamber. I don't want to. I'd rather see Cody versus whomever for the World WWE Championship as the main event over Jay versus Gunther.
Yeah,
we just saw that on Saturday Night Main Event, and it wasn't the greatest match.
And it could be that could be the reason why it wasn't a great match, because they didn't want to give everything for this match when they know that Mania is going to be the match for these two, and Jay is winning this title from Gunther.
Oh,
I know Scotty is dying right now, but he is winning this.
They got to get that title off Goldberg by Mania, or off of Gunther by Mania, so they can feed Gunther to Goldberg.
Yeah. So, thoughts, Scotty? Thoughts on Jay winning this?
I was none too happy. Again, like, the man is massively over, and I give him credit for that. But you know, like you are with Joe Hendry, I am that way with Jey Uso. He is just not. He's not doing it for me. The yeeting is
70,000 people waving their hands in the air, yeeting.
Even white dork Michael Cole.
You think with all those people, Michael Cole could sync himself up with just one of them? just one of them, Michael.
I was all right with Jay winning, but I felt like they could have went another direction.
Yeah, there's 1,000 different directions they could have gone with that, and in my view, Jay didn't need to win the Rumble. What they could have done is get, like, if they would bring back King of the Ring, have him win King of the Ring, and go to SummerSlam.
They did bring back King of the Ring.
Yeah, King of the Ring's back.
Remember, that's how Gunther got it.
That was in Saudi. That was in Saudi.
Yeah, that's how Gunther got his number one contender to take the title from Priest.
True. But yeah, I mean, get him in King of the Ring, have him win King of the Ring. See, to me, that's a better way to do it. The two ways you can get somebody into the championship match are Royal Rumble, King of the Ring. And Royal Rumble needs to be
Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank.
Or Money in the Bank too. But in my view, the two biggest ways that are, like, Money in the Bank is more for that heel that cashes in, or, you know, the person that wants to cash in at the one time and win it. That's kind of overplayed. But Royal Rumble, King of the Ring, like Royal Rumble, you want to save your biggest stuff for Mania. SummerSlam, while it's still a big show and it's still, it's biggest party of the summer, they always call it. You can do stuff with your other guys going into SummerSlam and not waste a spot in WrestleMania with somebody that, while he's over, is not going to be your biggest draw for WrestleMania for a championship match.
Tony Lowe says, Deuce says he likes it because it keeps Rumble predictable or unpredictable. Less predictable. I agree. I like the less predictable stuff because WWE has become pretty predictable here within the last year, basically. Which makes
I thought they were going to hold this until Yeet in the Bank. That would have sold some briefcases.
I mean, it's possible that he doesn't win at Mania and he wins the Yeet in the Bank. I mean, that Yeet in the Bank is a money thing. I mean, if they decide to do that, that's going to be money.
If they did that would sell some briefcases.
I would almost like a no Yeet in the Bank.
I have an idea, though. Since everybody's showing an uproar about it, what if they made him give up his title shot to Roman?
I think that ship has sailed. I think they
Yeah.
did that. I think they were going to do that a couple years ago with Roman because I've wasn't that the thing where if Jimmy or Jay won or Solo won that he had to give up his title shot and give it to Roman or not give up his title shot but not challenge
Maybe
Roman.
I
I think
missed
something like
something.
that.
That was with Jay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think.
I think something like that happened.
I might have missed it. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, no worries.
How about that spot on the outside with Rollins stomping Roman?
Oh
Bef-
my!
alright,
that was
Before that, let's rewind. Chad Gable. How about that spot where Chad Gable they landed on Chad's legs?
Oh yeah,
Oh God,
Yeah.
yeah.
That made me want to
Mysterio.
throw up. Yes, that looked that
He was in pain.
was that
He was-
Penta? Was he up on Penta's shoulders?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
he
he-
slipped and fell off sideways.
Terrible spot. Yeah, terrible. But go ahead, give it to
Yeah,
him.
the post elimination shenanigans between Rollins and Roman,
Roman.
the stomp he gave him on the outside. Wow,
It looked rough.
the sound of it was loud.
Yeah.
The face smacking, the hand smacking, the body smacking
Yeah.
the mat, and then he goes and gives him another running stomp afterwards. After he flips Paul Heyman off.
Another stomp on the stairs.
Yeah.
Tony says, I'm still curious about CM Punk's favor from Heyman.
Me
Or
too.
Herman, depending on what he put in chat. Yeah, I mean, they don't have to use that right away. That can come later, right? That can come later. These are all little things that they're throwing at the dartboard right now, but we got to try to remember that, right? I mean, you can try to remember that, but later on in a year, could be 2 years, CM Punk might have that title and say, listen, I know Roman is supposed to fight me for this title, but Heyman, I need you to make this not happen. That's my favor. I mean, it could be, anything, but that could be used at a later date. So overall, Ricky, what'd you think of the men's? Wait a minute, before we get to that, who would you rather see? Give me somebody that didn't show up in a Rumble that you wanted to show up in a Rumble. I just don't think there's enough surprises anymore. I just don't.
Yeah, that was the one thing. Like, I'm not asking for them to bring 70-year-old Hacksaw Jim Duggan out or anything like that, but
I would take that.
hey,
Big E. There you go. Tony said Big E. Deuce said Big E. Corey
Big
Graves.
E,
Corey Graves.
bad news, Barrett.
No, Obafemi would have been awesome.
there you
Ra-
go.
Randy
Yeah.
Orton.
Yeah,
Orton.
Yeah,
Randy.
where was Orton? I didn't even think about
ready,
that.
Not ready
He's
to
milking
come
his
back.
vacation.
Yeah, he's on vacay. He's on vacay.
I said Donald Trump comes out at 30, gives everybody stunners and eliminates them.
And he cuts everyone's hair. Rob says Lex Luger. That would have been a rough one since the ramp was flat. I get the ramp was like more of an angle, then I could see him come out. Miss Elizabeth for the women.
I'm surprised The Rock wasn't in it. I really am.
Rock does. He doesn't have to be in it.
He
No.
didn't need to be in it, but
Yeah.
I thought at one point they said he was going to be in it.
I think too they got to be careful with the stories that they tell because when the Rock gets in the ring, it automatically becomes about the Rock.
Yeah.
And I think they wanted if you put the Rock in the Rumble, then it takes the luster off of Cena. So
Yeah.
Jimmy wins. Cena's eliminated. Did we see a heel turn from Cena? Cena had an interview later on. They did the whole after show thing, and Cena said, "I'm not going to answer any questions." I thought he was going to eat some cupcakes while I was there, but he said, "I'm not going to eat it. I'm not going to answer any questions."
He said he's going to win the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, this company needs me. I've never asked this company for anything. This company needs me to win this thing. It's good for business. It's good for the WWE. It's good for the fans. And I am going to win that Elimination Chamber. And the way he said it was like, we are getting NWO Cena. We're going to get a heel run out of Cena.
Give
right
me
before he goes.
Thugonomics Cena.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Give me Thugonomics
But in
Cena.
the NWO colors. NWO,
I'm good with
Xena, Thugonomics.
I went old school Thugonomics Cena.
And again, I'm going to reiterate something I think we've said before. I think especially Ricky said, but I don't care if they decide to do another faction, but don't call it NWO. Call it something else. I don't care if it's freaking Seth and Cody.
I don't know that they're going to do that.
No,
Yeah,
no,
I don't know if they're going to do that.
So now we gotta ask the question: who do we want to see against Cody for the undisputed championship at Mania? It's going to be six guys in the chamber.
If it's heel Cena, that would actually be the only thing I would like. I'm not looking for freaking hustle, loyalty, and respect Cena. I'm not looking for if they bring back heel Cena, then yes, give that guy the shot at the title, because that would the promo battles between and Cena would annihilate Cody, sadly enough, but
I just don't think it's built up enough yet. I don't think Cena. First off, Cena's going away. Right, Cena's going to go away. I don't know. He's going to shoot a movie wherever he's shooting a movie at. I don't think it's built up enough yet. He did say, I'm gonna let those other 5 guys or whatever talk their stuff, and for a month, and then when I come back, then I'm going to handle business. I would almost rather see Cena or not see Cena. Not win the chamber and be so beside himself that he shows up at Mania, not with a match though, and causes Cody to lose that title, which sets up him and Cody later on down the line, which I think is more money then. No, I can't, because Cody's getting ready to turn Homelander. I don't know what to do. I just don't think there's a lot of. I honestly don't think there's a lot of money in Cena Cody. I really don't. Unless it is heel Cody against good guy Cena. I mean, it's possible.
I like that one. That's the one I would.
I just don't want to see Cena win the belt. Give me Randy Orton.
There was a video package earlier in the night that we were watching as I was driving back. Road to 17. Road to 17. Now, why would they do a video package for Road to 17 if he's not going to win 17? I don't know.
Cena versus Joe Hendry.
Yeah.
Mania 41. Book
Battle of the Terrible Gear. Maybe.
Give me Randy Orton versus Cody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, legit today,
Randy Orton can take the title, and then Cena and Orton for Cena's last match. If he's gonna get his 17th title, I don't want to see it.
Well, tonight starts the road to WrestleMania with Raw. We'll be back tomorrow to shoot our Raw show. We're going to talk about Raw. We're going to talk about some other stuff that's going to come out of the Rumble here. We are going to start. Everything is going to start developing here pretty quickly to get into everything else. So super excited about that. So boys, thank you so much. I think we covered everything. I'm sure we missed something, or I missed something, or whatever. Can you think of anything else? Nothing really shocking happened. So it is the Rumble. Honestly, the last 2 Rumbles, the last 2 years have been okay. Again, I like to see more. I like to see more.
Well, Cody winning last year was too predictable.
Yeah. Oh, that was well. I mean, we thought he was going to win the first year too, and he did.
Yeah.
Right. Which killed us. Right. We were like, there's no way he didn't finish the story, and now he finishes the story. So, Triple H does a great job of keeping everybody on their toes.
This year was way less predictable because everybody had their money on Roman. Everybody, like you already said, Cena, Punk. Those were the 3 guys.
Yeah.
So,
do you think that it's too much Jimmy or too much Jay?
Yeah. Very much.
Okay.
No.
I don't know. Like I said, my only problem with Jay is his moveset. He does super kicks, spears, and splashes. That's it.
Yeah.
The 3 moves of doom.
It's like watching Brock Lesnar do 80 German suplexes and 35 F5s and maybe a Kimura lock.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. There's a lot of ways they could go with these stories. You know,
Yeah.
we haven't even touched on CM Punk and where he's going to go or what's going to happen with him, really. So, is it going to be a triple threat? Is it not going to be a triple threat? I mean, we don't know. So,
I think Punk, Roman, and Seth Rollins are three other names that will be in the Elimination Chamber.
absolutely.
I would also throw in there Drew and Damian Priest.
This company now is so star-studded, right? You can put guys everywhere. There's guys everywhere. You're gonna have 6 guys in the chamber. You're not gonna slide in a Zack Ryder in the middle of this, right?
Well, the one year they
sliding
had,
Miz in the middle.
The one year they had 7 in the chamber and started with 3.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I want to say it was a couple years ago.
Bring back that it's the chamber with the big dome on it. The play set. I like that one. Put 10 dudes in it. Whatever. Whatever. So anyway, that's gonna do it here for Hardway Wrestling. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you joining us. We'll be back tomorrow for our Raw review and whatever else, some news stories. I'm sure they're coming up. We're gonna talk a little bit about Charlotte and Andrade. Probably not. There's all kinds of stuff. Maybe get into the Vince McMahon stuff a little bit.
Yeah.
Vince in his dirty little fingers he likes to text with. So I hope he washes his hands. How many times do you think he's had pink eye? I don't know if it's true. I don't know.
Covered it up well.
Anyway, I'm gonna have to wear gloves tonight. Anyway, please go like, subscribe, ring that bell, and we'll see you next time, which is tomorrow.
On the Hard Way.
Hey,
Jelly Nutella.
No, not Joey. Not Joey.